Today is October the 31st, 2024. This is Carmen bringing you your daily Bloodborne Remaster update. No news on a Bloodborne Remaster today, and I don't really think we have any gaming news to go over. We've pretty well covered everything up to now. So let's go ahead and get right into the answers to the question of the week from last week. The question was, what is the best area or your favorite area in Dark Souls 1, not counting in Orlando? You are not allowed to say in Orlando because it was the easiest layup answer in the world. It's obviously the best area in the game. It's not even close. So, besides in Orlando, let's get into the answers. First of all, my answer to this was the Painted World. I really like the Painted World in DS1. While I am not a big fan of most of the levels in that game, I think the Painted World and in Orlando were very, very fun, and I really like that area. So, let's see what we got. From Uncle OL, New Londo Ruins. I think the atmosphere is great. I like the curse weapon gimmick with the ghosts. Okay, and now, as I read these, I'm going to say whether or not I agree or disagree, but, you know, you like this area? Totally fine. I'm happy you do. For me, I found the area to be more annoying than anything. The curse weapon gimmick was fine, but I think there's entirely too many of the ghosts. I mean, people want to complain about DS2 as if New Londo isn't just as bad, if not worse. Atmosphere, sure, I guess so. But the curse weapon gimmick was cool, but I think that the ghosts is there's just too many of them, I would say. I think it's just more annoying than anything. From Godzilla, besides in Orlando, I would say Ulasil Township. This is a really weird answer to me because I don't think any of the DLC areas are very good, aside from the Abyss in particular. I think Ulasil Township is too short and has nothing to it at all, so, like, I have to disagree with this, but hey, you like it, I'm happy for you, but I would disagree. From, what is this one? Spamtum G Spamtum, Firelink Shrine is underrated. It's the only place in the game where I'm good at the game. That's funny. That's very funny. From Vespro, Ash Lake, the most beautiful place in the game. Ash Lake is very, very nice. It is. I wish there was just, you know, content there aside from a Hydra and a Covenant. I guess there's like a room full of like basilisks, right? But it's not really content. But I mean, hey, I respect the pick, even though I myself don't really see it. And from Xmail, Ash Lake. Okay. Let's see here. From, what is this guy's name here? Oh, okay, just click this. Valaton, Undead Bury, because it's once again a good starting area and a castle sorry, I'm dyslexic, gotta forgive me here, so I'm reading stuff backwards. I'm trying to make sure I don't make that mistake too often. And a castle, mainly because you meet Solaire for the first time there. I did, however, only make it to an Orlando in my first playthrough, so I can't give opinions beyond that. Need to finish the game at some point. Well, here's the good news. Everything beyond an Orlando besides the Painted World is pretty much trash. Well, most things before an Orlando aren't very good either, but still. See here, from Jackson 2000, Ash Lake, yeah, I figured. From Joaquin Ahern, I'll never pronounce that name right, dude, you gotta forgive me. Best place in DS1 is definitely Undead Parish. When it wraps around back to Firelink is peak. There's some gripes like the lovely Capra Demon, worst boss in the series, by the way. But great starting location if they don't choose hell from the start by going into Undead Catacombs. I mean, I would say Undead Parish is, I mean, I can see it. I would disagree with it, but I can see it, I guess. Capra Demon, though, God, he's the worst boss in the series. Let's see here. From Jordan Planis, my favorite area from DS1 is the Royal Wood, followed by Ulasil Township. So the first two areas of the DLC. I respect it. I disagree with it, but I respect it. From Eric's 36. DS1 really quick for me in Blighttown. It's a terrible area, which makes it great. Something like that. From Yarum, Undead Berg, although it's more so just inoffensive than it is good. It does good enough to get at the top of DS1's terrible, terrible area lineup. I would say fair. I mean, the only levels in DS1 I would say really are above average are in Orlando, Painted World, and probably Undead Berg. So I guess that's a fair pick. See here, and from Taha, he did not play most of DS1, but before in Orlando he would say Undead Berg. Yeah, he didn't play much of it though. So let's see here. So now I'm gonna go to, what day was it when I asked that question again? Would have been 4 days ago, I believe. Okay, and then I asked it again a couple days ago. The answer from Neft was Sense Fortress. Okay, fair. I'm not a huge fan of Sense Fortress, but it's not bad. It's a solid area for sure. I think the second half of Sense Fortress is good, but the first half is really annoying, especially with the Titanite demons. Probably the clunkiest, jankiest enemy in all of Souls. Gotta be Titanite demon. And from yesterday, I asked it again. From Theo Lavoie, I don't know. Ash Lake all the way, it's gorgeous, and that's my favorite Covenant, sure. And I think that's all the answers to last week's questions. So we'll say fair enough. I disagree with some of that, but hey, it is what it is. This is why I ask. I like to hear people's opinions, even though I disagree with them. I like to hear them. I like to interact with the comments section a bit more. I edited out some of the just me looking to, okay, what update did I ask that question on? So, yeah. So the question for next week is going to be, well, first off, we covered Demon Souls, we covered Dark Souls 1. Now let's go to a Souls game that I myself love quite a bit, Dark Souls 2. Love DS2. Now, this is technically a two-parter. So the first question is, what is your favorite, or what do you think is the best boss in Dark Souls 2? Now, the two-parter is, I want to know why. Because there's really only like 5 bosses in the running for this in DS2. I love this game, but the bosses are not why I love it. The 5 bosses are Foom Knight, Sirlon, Burnt Ivory King, probably Sin, and... who's the 4th one? Maybe like Blue Smelter Demon or something. But I'm not saying you have to choose out of those 5. Just tell me what your favorite is, and I want to know why. I'm just saying those are the answers I expect. Mostly Sirlon, Foom Knight, and Burnt Ivory King. My personal favorite out of them all is probably... I want to say a tie between Foom Knight and Burnt Ivory King. I want to say. Right now I'm going to say Burnt Ivory King, but we'll see. But anyways, I want to know who your favorite boss is, who you think is the best boss, whatever. And why. I want to know why, because again, there's only going to be like 3 or 4 different answers we're going to get here, and to kind of spice that up, I want to know people's reasons for why they like these bosses so much, see if there's anything different in there. So anyways, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Leave your answers in the comments down below. We'll read them out next week. Who is your favorite or the best boss in Dark Souls 2? Let me know, and why. And why is a very important answer. If you just say your answer, I'm probably not even going to read it out. I want to know why. Okay? Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. No news on a Bloodborne Remaster today. That's been your daily Bloodborne Remaster update for October the 31st of 2024. And happy Halloween to everybody.